To play the right hand of La Bamba, we have to go up higher than we're used to going up. Right now, we're used to our right hand being C, D, E, F, G on middle C, which is great. But La Bamba takes us up to a high C, which of course is much higher on the keyboard. So I'm going to scoot the camera over just a bit to take you up to those keys. And once again, the very important point being that as an octave higher version of the song, it reads an octave higher as well. So luckily for us, the notes are written inside on the music so that you don't have to guess as to what they are. But F is still the fourth finger. So when you consider that being the case, you can play La Bamba because that's how it starts. Then there's a rest and another rest. The thumb dips down to B like the left hand did earlier in Ode to Joy. Then there's a rest. Thumb dips down. So in this song, the thumb dipping down to B is the moment it goes away from the fingering. Here it is again. Rests. Got to have those rests. We need the time for the left hand to do its thing. Dip to the B. And another dip to A and G. So the thumb does all that work. But the reason for that is we're about to change fingerings. This is a brand new fingering for us. So I'm going to put it here in the right hand. A, B, C, D, E. And this fingering is very important for what we're going to be doing in the future. I call it the alphabet finger position because it starts on A. A, B, C, D, E. Okay, we're even going to derive chords from that position. But right now, all we're going to do is play ba, ba, bum, ba. Notice the dip down thumb to the G. That's how we played E, C, and D, D. Your pinky's on E now. So new fingering. And that's when we go back to the original fingering of C with the thumb so that we can begin the piece again. And there are signs that tell us where to go, which I'm going to be talking about. But right now, it's pretty much back to the beginning. Dipping for the B. Did you see that thumb have to go to the left? Rest, rest. It dips to the B here. So in the music, after the rest, when you see the B, you'll be taking your thumb to the left. Like here. Then, rest, rest. The thumb does all that because it has to. However, when we jump to the coda at the end, and I'm going to explain what that's about as well, that's where if the thumb's already on G, you're now in a G position. Thumb on G, puts C with the ring finger, pointer on A, B with the middle, and thumb on G. And the music says repeat and fade, so good idea. Repeat. And fade, on the records it fades out. When you fade out, that's probably a good time to stop. Don't forget the rest. That's La Bamba with the right hand. La Bamba introduces chords for the left hand. The first chord is G seventh. Now, G seventh is played with 4 notes, but we don't really use sevenths when we play chords. We just use a plain G, a plain C, a plain F. So the formula of chords is a very simple one. Your pinky is on the name of the chord. So here's an F, and then the middle and the thumb fall in on the white keys that they're on top of. It's F, A, and C, but you don't have to remember those notes. You just remember pinky, middle, and thumb. So that's an F chord. Move it to the right. It's a G chord because the pinky's on G. So it's automatically a G chord with the white keys that follow. And of course there's C, which is pinky on C, middle on E, and thumb on G. And these are the 3 chords that we use for La Bamba. So C up to F up to G. And the first chord, G, begins the song. So G, C, F, G. Once again, C, F, G. Once again, C, F, G. Once again, C, F, G. F and G are pretty easy to get to. It's the C. You have to go all the way to the left with your pinky on the C, and then come up 4 to get to the F. But the G, of course, right next door. C, F, and G. It sounds familiar because so many songs from the late 50s and early 60s used C, F, and G, or other key versions of the same chord progression. 1, first note of the scale. 4, fourth note of the scale. 5, fifth note of the scale. So the chord progression is called the 1, the 4, and the 5. The most popular chord progression in music. The 1, the 4, and the 5. But for us, we simply think of it as C, F, and G. C, F, and G. And this is how we play La Bamba. I still haven't finished the song. I mean, there's a lot of C, F, and G in this song. And it continues to be the same thing over and over again. C, F, and G. So this is why we do chords instead of bass clef, because it's so much easier to play C, F, and G than it is to play a written bass clef. And just a reminder, when we look at the music to La Bamba, we see the chords written in boxes. That's what the left hand plays, those box chords. And the other reminder is we don't have to play the 7th chord for the G. All right, good luck with that.